First of all, I'd like to say that was great. I think one of the main things that the Libertarian Party gets wrong is I think we're looking up, we got everybody looking up going, National, please save us. Well, National is not going to save the Libertarian Party. It's up to us to save the Libertarian Party, whether we're part of National or not. It's up to the people. And this is what I keep saying, we kind of, everybody thinks that's going to happen. That's not what's happening. What happens is you get motivated, you go out and you do it. That's the only way this is going to happen. If I could sit here and promise you, unicorns and lollipops, I would. But it's not worth it for me to do that because I know what it takes to make this work. I know what it takes to get the money that you want raised. I know what it takes to make people believe in the party, not in just one item. And the other thing that I think that is wrong right now, we're still having in this party an anarchism versus minarchism debate. It's time for that to end. Because we're sitting 20,000 leagues over here having this debate and our government is killing us right here. When we just need to focus on less government. Everything we can do. And to me, the war is the #1 issue that we need to put out there because you can obviously look at the budget and see that 1/3 of our budget goes to our foreign policy in these wars. It's so obvious and it's hitting everybody right in the head, but the Democrats and Republicans don't mention it. So those are, I guess, 3 things that I think the Libertarian Party is doing wrong right now, and those are 3 things we can easily correct.
It's really rather curious. You look around us, we see all this activity. We see Campaign for Liberty. We see Young Americans for Liberty. We see the Ron Paul campaign. We see all these people doing all these things, having a good time, doing things. Where's the Libertarian Party, the party that should be at the forefront of this? We're nowhere. Ask yourself why. Ask yourselves who's been in charge the last few years? Who's been on the committee? Who's been the dominant coalition on the committee? These are fair questions to ask, and I've been asking them. And what I think we need to do is a couple of things. We need to set appropriate priorities, get away from overhead, talking about overhead and rent, and $141,000 on luxury office space, and devoting resources to the actual work of politics in the states like Indiana where things are happening. And also to be proud of a pure, pretty undiluted libertarian message. There's nothing to be apologetic about regarding our party's message, in my opinion. We have 25 to 50 million people in America who are libertarians. They may not call themselves libertarians. They're certainly not members of our national party yet. I'd like to see them that way, though. But let's go get them. We need to, Wayne is right, we need to be much better in our marketing and branding. But we ought to ask ourselves exactly what is it that we are marketing and branding. Are we marketing libertarianism or something else altogether?
I'll tell you who we should be marketing to, and I'll tell you what we should be marketing and branding. Because the Tea Parties have become the most powerful political force in the history of modern America. I was just the co-speaker, co-headliner with Sarah Palin at the Libertarian event, the biggest one in the history of Nevada. I don't tell you that because I'm any fan of Sarah Palin. But a Libertarian got a place at the seat of power. And the key to this is aiming at my wife. Every day, I've got a wife with 4 kids. We homeschool 4 kids, ranging in age from 17 years old. My daughter's got in Harvard, and my youngest kid is 2. Okay? And all 4 kids, same wife, all-time Vegas record. And I try and aim everything I do when I go on Fox TV or Larry King on CNN at that woman, my wife that I love, who raises those 4 children. We need to go after women. We need to go after mothers. We need to go after grandmothers. And we need to go after families. And we need to become a family-friendly party. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I dare say it, we have got to go after Christians in a nation that is majority Christian. We scare people. We frighten my wife. We need to go after the same issues that the Tea Party goes after. Limited government, smaller government, lower taxes dramatically, lower spending, lower entitlements. Focus on the United States Constitution, states' rights, so that we bring the power down closer to people and they can say something about it. School choice, homeschooling. My daughter Dakota's story, the reason I keep coming back to it, it's not about school, although it's a great school choice story. It's a great homeschooling story. It's a great story for vouchers. It proves it doesn't take a teacher's union or a state-certified teacher to educate a child. It takes a mother and a father who give a damn. It's the greatest story this party can ever talk about because it's about freedom and choice. It has nothing to do with schooling. No matter what the issue is, no matter what the problem is in America, we have the answer. It's freedom. It's choice. It's personal responsibility. It's self-reliance. It's self-initiative. It's rugged individualism. It's getting back to us, not the United States government. Thank you.
This might seem fairly obvious to some of you, but it engenders a surprising amount of debate, so I will combine a couple of these.
And you're going to start with who now?
Starting with
Don't start on the end. Stop starting on the end.
See, they always.
Mike's prerogative.
They don't get a chance.
But see, I want to go. I'm chomping at the bit.
I'll tell you what,
James first.
once again, see, I found the secret to happiness. Just do what she says. Which means that, John, we're starting with you.
Okay.
And we're going to your right. Okay. Now then, you believe that the primary purpose of the Libertarian Party should be to elect libertarians to public office, and as a second question or second person, in pursuit of that, which requires ballot access, do you think it's worth going into debt as a party to achieve ballot access?
Okay, you guys, maybe after what I've said, you start to get a feel, and I think that's what I've always liked about, let's say, Ron Paul, is because you just hear him enough, and it's just like, wow, I heard him 20 years ago, it's the same thing today. I like to stand for the same things, and just, this is the plan, this is what we need to do. It's pretty simple. But I'm a libertarian, but I'm also a member of the Libertarian Party, and that's a huge difference. I could be a libertarian, I could be more like Ernie, I could be just, yeah, I just want to be an activist, I want to stand up for freedom, I want to do these things. But I'm also a member of the Libertarian Party, which means I want to get people elected to office that want to shrink the size of government. So I volunteer my time and energy, because I don't get paid for anything that I do. I volunteer my time and energy just to do that. And we have 14 members on my county executive committee. Okay, and we've all signed a thing that says it's our job to get our 17 candidates elected, or support them as best we can. That's what we do. So that's how it worked out with this grassroots movement that we have. But let's go on to ballot access. Now, ballot access, here's the deal. I feel it should be the same way. Why are we forcing ballot access in places where we don't have enough people to go out and get ballot access for themselves? And so it's not that I don't believe that we should have ballot access in every state. We need to go about it in a way that actually works, that actually in a way that we could never not have ballot access in Texas again. You know why? Because we've got the people mobilized that can easily do it for free, and it doesn't mean that the party has to go bankrupt to pay for ballot access. Just follow the plan of growing like grassroots, and we'll have all the ballot access we need. We'll grow this party. So it's very simple. It's pretty clear. And when I'm hearing what I said earlier, I think you would think that was where I'd go with it. Not in your mind either.
We are a political party. We do the work of politics. We do not do the work of education primarily, although that's a component of it. Our goal is to have people to have after their name the title elected public official. And the more, the better. The better America will be, the more libertarians get into public office. Now, do I think we should have 50 state ballot access? Yes, absolutely I do. However, there are things that we need to consider. Getting the 49th, the 50th state tends to be very expensive. Look at West Virginia and Oklahoma. We just had a fundraising letter out from Bill Redpath talking about, please send money immediately to get us Oklahoma. And I know there was some discussion about, is that an appropriate thing to do with the money? Now, if we had a budget of $5 or $10 million, I would say, yeah, absolutely, let's go for it. But when you're talking about a budget of $1 million, which is what our budget is currently, then you have to start prioritizing a little bit. You have to say, okay, we're going to go for 48, and then we're going to do these other goodies too. But then if you go for 49, then you're going to take other goodies off the table. And that's unfortunately the way it is. Now, the current leadership in the party does not seem to want to make those kinds of calls. They, I don't know why they do the prioritization they do, or prioritization I should say they don't do, but they make the decisions that they do. My point in doing a zero-based budget exercise is to start with a clean sheet of paper and say, let's make a list of the most important things we can do as an organization and do those things. And as we have more money, then we'll do more things.